I'm 103 years old, and this morning I sat at my old piano and played a Chopin piece I first learned when I was 13 years old. My fingers move a little slower now, but the music is still there. I can still remember phone numbers from houses I lived in more than 60 years ago. I can still recite long passages from the Bible without opening the book. And I can still tell you what I had for dinner last Thursday. Baked chicken, green beans, and cornbread I made myself. Whenever people hear that, they look at me with surprise. Then they lean closer and ask the same question every time. Miss Hattie, how are you still so sharp at 103? They ask it like it's some kind of miracle. Like God gave me a special gift he forgot to give everyone else. But the truth is, it's not a miracle. It's something I chose to do. And it's something many people slowly stop doing as they get older. But before I tell you what that is, you need to understand why this matters so much to me. My sister Pearl was 2 years older than me, and growing up, she was the smartest person I knew. Pearl could sit at a piano and play music she had never seen before. Just by hearing it once, she could do math in her head faster than anyone I ever met. And her memory, oh Lord, her memory was something special. She remembered everything. Names, birthdays, recipes, conversations from 20 years ago. If you told Pearl a story once, she could repeat it back to you word for word years later. That's how sharp she was. But when Pearl turned 80, something started changing. At first it was small things. She would forget where she put her keys, forget an appointment, forget what day it was. We laughed about it at the beginning, said it was just normal aging. But by the time she turned 83, she forgot my name, her own sister's name. And by 85, she didn't recognize her children. I watched a woman who could once play Gershwin without sheet music forget how to hold a fork. I watched her sit in a room full of family and look at us like we were strangers. And that's when I made a promise to myself. I said, whatever I have to do, that will not be me. Now listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I spent most of my life teaching Sunday school and playing organ at Mount Zion Baptist Church. But I've lived long enough to notice patterns. I've watched people grow old in two very different ways. Some stayed sharp, others slowly faded. And after 103 years, there are a few things I know for certain. The first thing is this: you must use your brain every single day. Not for easy things, for hard things. Your brain is like a muscle. If you stop using it, it weakens. If you challenge it, it stays alive. Every morning, I sit at my piano and practice. Not simple songs, the difficult ones. Chopin, Beethoven, music that forces my fingers and my mind to work together. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I have to start again. But that struggle is exactly what keeps the mind alive. I also do crossword puzzles. Not the easy ones, the hard ones that make you sit there and think. Sometimes I spend an hour just trying to solve one clue. But that thinking, that effort, keeps the brain awake. Many people stop doing things like that when they get older. They say they're tired. They say they just want to relax. So they sit in front of the television all day, watching the same shows over and over again. And little by little, their brain gets the message. It says, we're not needed anymore. And it slowly shuts down. The second thing is people. Your brain needs people. Conversations keep the mind alive. Following a story, remembering a name, listening to someone speak. All of that is exercise for your mind. Every Thursday afternoon, I play cards with 3 women from church. We've been doing that for over 30 years. Now, I'll be honest with you. One of them talks too much, and I'm pretty sure another one cheats. But I show up every single week anyway, because my brain needs those conversations. After my husband passed away, I wanted to stay home and close the door. The house felt too quiet. I didn't feel like talking to anyone, but I forced myself to keep showing up. Church, phone calls, neighbors walking by the porch. Because loneliness can quietly destroy the mind faster than anything else. The third thing is movement. Now at 103, I'm not running marathons. These knees have been through enough, but I move every day. I walk to the mailbox. I walk around the house, sometimes just around the block. Moving your body keeps blood flowing to the brain. And the brain needs that. I've seen too many people sit in the same chair all day, and their minds faded faster than their bodies. Movement matters. The fourth thing is sleep. Real sleep. Not falling asleep in front of the television. Every night I go to bed at the same time. Every morning I wake up early. Your brain does its cleaning while you sleep. It clears out the waste from the day, but that only happens when you give it real rest. The fifth thing is food. I don't follow fancy diets. I eat the same kind of food my mother cooked. Vegetables, beans, fish, chicken, cornbread, simple food made from real ingredients. Your brain runs on what you feed it. Feed it real food, it works better. Feed it junk, it struggles. And finally, the most important thing of all, you need a reason to wake up. A purpose, something that reminds you that you are still needed in this world. After my husband passed, after my sister Pearl was gone, there was a moment when I thought about giving up. But then my great-granddaughter asked me to teach her piano, and suddenly I had a reason again. Every week she comes over and sits beside me at that piano bench, her fingers clumsy, her eyes full of excitement. And I teach her the same way my mother once taught me. That little girl gave me a reason to keep showing up for life. So here I am, 103 years old, still playing music, still beating my grandson at Scrabble, still remembering stories from a lifetime, not because of luck, not because of magic, but because every single day I give my mind a reason to stay alive. And if you remember nothing else from this old woman today, remember this. Use your brain, stay around people, move your body, sleep well, eat real food, and find a reason to wake up tomorrow. Do that, and your mind might stay with you longer than you ever expected.